I used that example when I was talking to a couple of the parents, and I explained that when the ATM was invented, everybody freaked out and said, oh no, all the bank tellers are going to be out of a job, except for it increased the amount of bank tellers that were actually needed. And then when Instagram came along and phones started to have cameras in them, people said, oh no, photographers are going to go away because, everybody is a photographer now, except photographers not only have a stronger ability to market, but also actual photography is more in demand than it has ever been.
Right, exactly. And once again, I think that you said it, but I'm not sure, but it was the phone camera, right?
Yeah.
It was the phone camera and the proliferation of those photos onto the internet and people caring about it, double tapping, liking your stuff. It was those things. That's what you're saying, is that now that everybody has a camera in their pocket, it's going to get rid of photographers. That's what you were saying.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. And I guess there are some examples where you can see where that's happened, where, the invention of the car made horses not necessary anymore. But I think people have always been freaking out about technology. It's just what we do as humans. We freak out about new technological advances, especially when they're big leaps like that. And we say, now we're all going to be out of work. That happens all the time. When Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin, which started actually creating industrial agriculture, everybody freaked out and said, oh no, now we're all going to be out of a job. And in reality, what happens is usually people are not out of a job nearly as quickly as people panic and imagine they will be. And not only that, but what people don't predict, because you can't as easily predict something that doesn't exist, is all of the industries that spring up around a new technological advance to support that new technological advance, and all of the businesses and all of the jobs that are created as a result of that technological advance.
Exactly. The example that you gave of the ATM machines is spot on. And we've talked about this before on the podcast many times, in fact, but we haven't talked about what it looks like now. And I'm going to get to my 4 tips in a second, but this is really, really crucial to understand because it lays the foundation for everything that we talk about in this segment. When you're thinking about the ATM at the beginning, everybody thought that the ATM and the invention and the implementation of it was going to take bank tellers' jobs. But in fact, due to economies of scale and due to the fact that you were able to open up branches and service customers cheaper, more branches were opened up and therefore more teller jobs were created. So that's the ATM example. But then let's take that ATM and let's fast forward that 40 years. I think the ATM was invented, I want to say it was in the 80s. So I'm going to say it was the 80s.
All right, sure.
If I'm wrong, please somebody tell me in the YouTube comments. Tell me exactly.
They will.
Tell me exactly when it was. But I want to say it's the 80s. So I'm going to say it was the 80s.
All right.
So when it was invented in the 80s, from till now, the teller jobs have remained steady or, they increased. Okay. But now we're starting to see tellers decrease. Well, why are we seeing that? And a lot of it has to do with online banking.
I was going to say it's because your bank is on your phone now. It has nothing to do with ATMs.
Exactly. It's because now all of the things that the teller was able to do, that the ATM was then able to do, now your phone can do. It is constantly changing, but with the online banking coming into the picture, as you were saying, new jobs are created around that. And so if you go insert your local regional bank, insert this national bank, if you look at their HR breakdown, and I don't have any insider information of this, I just know because I'm guaranteed this is how it is, their call centers and their customer support staff, their customer success staff has gone way through the roof because now the teller job is shifting to somebody with a headset or fingers on keyboards banging out support tickets of
who can resolve more things at scale.
Yeah, exactly. And just here's the problem, whatever. And so they have more of those things and more of those jobs than ever before.